And again, the thing that's weird is like, what is so her goal?
If they know of Tai Lung, then they know of Tai Lung's defeat.
That's the thing that's weird is they know about Tai Lung and his defeat, and they don't know about Po. It's like, if you think the Valley of Peace is easy,
they don't know what a Dragon Warrior is.
But if they know, if the Chameleon or the city knew about all of that, like, or they didn't know. Let's say they didn't know about all of that, then they should be making their way to the Valley of Peace like it's nothing. They should be literally just marching their way over to the Valley of Peace and then be surprised about how ready they are. And it should be the Chameleon that's up in the palace, not Jade, not in the Jade Palace, not Zhen, who again, it's like, again, like I think like they just didn't want to, like I feel like this is why the old DreamWorks, like late 90s, early 2000s DreamWorks is fantastic because like the Prince of Egypt, I wish you had seen it because this would be a perfect parallel. Zhen is basically the woman in Prince of Egypt where, like, and she's actually, like, she's cunning. And she knows how to get around, like, a situation. And, like, she will steal shit and she will get out. Like, there's no, like, you're not getting out, you're not getting away from this. And the only way that she can get out of a situation is maybe if a man comes in and, like, oh yeah, she's with me, it's okay, like, don't attack her. But, like, she is a serious, like, threat to, like, being a thief and taking stuff. She's a genuine thief. Like, I feel like DreamWorks pulled their punches here with Zhen's character, which makes her, unfortunately, less defined because she's not able to fully show herself as a character because the movie just goes with convenience. They go with conveniences and we don't get a great backstory with her, you know, and we get little things like the underground town, which, again, like, we hear about her past, but it's so briefly mentioned, and it's like, all right, get out of here by the time you're by the morning. It's like, okay, and all we're told is like she's abandoned and she's an orphan, and that it's like these are great parallels to Po, but that doesn't mean she's the dragon. She's the next Dragon Warrior, and again, like the idea that it's the Chameleon that trained her. It's like I just make her more hard, man. I'm dead fucking serious. Make her, like, she left this family that was in the underground, that was protecting her. And then, almost like Thanos, she gets taken by the Chameleon and trained to be this ruthless motherfucker. If you made her a little sharper, that's a character. And, like, maybe by the end of the movie, maybe she's a little bit ready to be a part of it. But, like, the ease of that conflict of, like, now I'm with Po. It's like, that's too easy. Sorry, that's too... I just want to make sure we do stay... For the fact here, Awkwafina is not the problem. We were all like, it's going to be Awkwafina, and what the fuck is this character? Awkwafina's character, Zhen, is not the problem in this movie. Which is insane to think about. Her character is just not developed enough to get to the point where she switches out that quickly from the Chameleon, who apparently they've trained her so quick. Like, it's too quick of a switch, and you haven't developed her. That's the problem with this movie. Like, she's actually a very potentially interesting character who deserves more time. That's it. That's my problem. Like, that's one of my key problems.
Oh, yeah, like, my other plot is, like, I don't think there should have been a Zhen, or a real Zhen. It should have just been a Chameleon. And then, like, you find out by the end of the movie, Zhen was just a chameleon the whole time. But while Poe's fighting her, like, he has her remember, like, everything good she's been doing. And, like, she kind of gets converted to good. But, like, you got to rewrite the chameleon a little bit to make her more or less of a...
I think you have to boot her to the spirit realm. I'm sorry. I think you have to boot her to the spirit realm. I don't think
or that too.
The other thing was, it was there to introduce the underground and these other characters that are basically not significantly relevant.
I'm not real like, the trailer made them look like they were going to be...
The new cast.
Yeah, they were going to be like we're going to have to get a team of her own. And, like, he didn't get a team. She just knows a couple people that don't show up until the end.
And again, that's a movie that's not a part of this movie. That's a movie where if you were to develop her, you develop that core section of, like, this is a tough city, this is a tough place, and, you know, again, like, I really think the idea of, like, Zhen coming from this place that's, like, deep in the underground, very poor, but, like, they're struggling, and then like this empress like person, like just because Zhen is just too eager to do what she's been taught to do. She goes, and then the empress, the chameleon, obviously takes her, of all people, like that's, and then trains her, hardens her, and she's a super hardened character, almost like opposite Tigress, where it's like Tigress is hardened, but in the positive way, and but instead it's like she's always conflicted. She's never like, she's like from the minute Poe like the minute Poe shows niceness, it's like, has she never seen fucking haven't you been on more missions than this? Like, are you fucking serious? Like, it's just not a good character. Like, because again, I talked about this in so many Disney Plus series. I think even Secret Invasion has this fucking issue where you centralize on this young girl that's conflicted, and it's like, that's the easiest fucking plot. It's just the conflicted character that is with the bad guys and then goes to the good guys. That's like the easiest fucking plot. And I think the bad guys obviously does it better. Like, it's because it's like the way they set it up, it's much better. And the way that it's neutralized in the bad guys is much better. But like, that idea, if you're going to do it, please flesh it out. But also it's like, it's so undercooked here because her character, I think, could be better. Like, if you want, like, the way that characters become sort of timeless and become remembered for all of time, and when you were talking about her becoming the next Dragon Warrior, it's developing that character from being like this hardened person. Like, if you were to set her up to be that tough, she could essentially be that Tai Lung level threat of like, I am this tough, and I'm not giving in at all. I believe everything that my fucking master taught me, and they're gonna have to do a lot to change that. And again, by the end, it could be a cliffhanger. You could have a cliffhanger. You could have something where she acknowledges that Poe is better. Poe beats her. He takes the staff, and that's the end of the movie. But you can get a sense that by the next movie, she is at least acknowledging that, like, oh, she's got this new way of doing things, or a different way of doing things. So that by maybe Kung Fu Panda 5 or whatever movie that is, 5 or 6 or something, it's like, if you do a true roadmap, later on in the franchise, then she is ready to be the Dragon Warrior. Then Poe is older.
Yeah, kind of develop her own type of style. Yeah. Which was Poe's arc in the first movie.
Yes.
Because like he developed Panda style.
Yes. Yeah. And that's the pain of this movie. It's like the chameleon's so undercooked too. Like you were pissed and I was pissed about that fight at the end, which is so convenient.
All right, so just going back real quick. My problem with the whole underground people is like they're not really
people either.
They're not really people. They're not really, because like they have some cool designs. I love the design of that armadillo guy.
Yeah,
that is armadillo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he,
the guy with the hat, right?
Yeah, yeah. And I love how he rolls around to like as an exit. It like he laughs and rolls around. That's cool.
Yeah.
But like they're not developed. We don't have like much sympathetic like moments with them, or like we see the backstory. We don't get to know how they don't really talk to Zhen that much, except for like when she's trying to negotiate to have him stay there for the night.
Yes.
And like there's not much with these people. They're just like jokes, like the joke with the cute bunnies that turn savage. That's like I've seen that somewhere before. It's an old joke. It's
everywhere.
Like it's this cute little small thing. It's not gonna do anything. Oh God, it's doing something.
Yeah.
It's like it's a tired joke. And it's yeah, there was another lame joke down there where like these monkeys are trying to steal Poe's pants, and then like and they do.
Yep.
Aquafina should have been like, "Hey Poe, your dick's out."
Now I see why you're called the Dragon.
What?
Ooh. Yeah. But no, it's yeah. I again, that whole underground, because it's like all I see in this setting is potential, and you didn't. The problem is you made the city that's like too big for the set. It's too big for the story you're trying to create.
They try to have an Avengers Endgame moment at the end where like all the people from the underground show up, and it's like I still feel nothing.
I don't know anything about them, so I don't care. You know. The other thing.